I'm so confused. Like right now, my taste buds are confused. It's such a strange thing to know what something tastes like and like has the right texture. It's a high quality thing. And then you eat it and you're like, this, my brain is telling me this is supposed to be this food and it tastes different. And now my brain and my tongue are so confused. What's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're going to get back into trying some more crazy foods and seeing what the MBerry does to our taste buds when we eat them. Now, last time it was a lot of fun, but I was kind of just trying stuff at random, and some stuff had big effects and some had almost none. But then we got this comment from the MBerry company themselves, and they gave us a lot of good tips. First off, that basically all this other stuff with like dairy and vinegar and citrus actually is going to have a bigger effect whenever you're using the MBerry. So that was good to know. So we got another round of foods in those spaces we're going to try today. But then they also mentioned that if you just want to make it go away, to drink something warm. So you could always just keep some like warm tea, or I imagine even just some hot water or coffee would probably help that go away as well. So we learned a few things from that. So I want to thank them for actually responding and giving us some ideas. Let's take a look at what we're actually going to be testing today with this whole second round of foods. And I don't know why I'm so nervous about this. I feel like I shouldn't be because nothing bad happened last time, but I feel like you just don't know. So yeah, let's take a look at what we have. All right, now per their instructions, I got a lot of stuff. Like I said, it's dairy, it's fruits, it's vinegary, and it was kind of what we had available at the time. Like, so I went through, literally went, hey, we're gonna clean out the fridge. Let me see what stuff I could test before it goes bad, right? So here we have some eggnog because it's the holidays and I need to finish off some eggnog. So we got a little container cup ramekin, not quite. I don't know what you call these. Let me know in the comment what these things are. I have no clue. But anyway, I have that with some eggnog. We've got some yogurt. We have a peach slice because I didn't want to eat them all. The rest are in a Tupperware container, so I'm not wasting food. This, I believe, is some ranch dressing. So we're going to try that out because it has different spices and stuff in it. This is just shredded cheese because they did say cheeses do very well, so I want to try that out. We have some sour cream over here in this container, kind of off camera. You could barely see, so we've got that. And then we have some, I think they're called sweet and spicy pickles from Trader Joe's. I just sampled like what came off the fork and they're actually really spicy. So I'm curious if that's going to affect anything. And for those of you who don't know, you can pick up MBerry on Amazon, I think is where I got this. And they were like 16 bucks, nothing too fancy. And it says here, I think we got 12 tablets in here. We got 10. So yeah, here's a little thing, 10 tablets. You can just pop one out and then have at it. It takes a few minutes. I think the last time it took us like 2 to 3 minutes to dissolve. So I'm going to pop this in my mouth and then I'll let y'all fast forward to the future and catch up with me as this is dissolved. Okay, we're back. That's all dissolved. I would stick my tongue out at you, but that's kind of gross. So here's what I decided I'm going to do. Since I have so many dairy products, I think we're going to do 2 dairy, a non, 2 dairy, a non, and then finish with the cheese. So I'm going to start with the eggnog. This is the most likely to go bad, probably sitting here. And we're gonna see if this changes or not. I do have water nearby, by the way, so I can rinse out my mouth between tastes. But let's see what happens here with this eggnog. Oh, oddly, that didn't change much. It actually, if anything, it just kind of made it taste more. Is the only word I have, like just better, like amplified the flavor. Wow, that was strange. I really thought it was going to be different, and it literally tastes the same, just better. Wow, that's weird. I wonder if it has to do with the process of some of the chemicals chemical spices they put in eggnog. Interesting. I don't know if I'm happy or sad about that. It is kind of cool to know that I could have it and then just have the eggnog taste better, but also a little weird that it didn't taste different. Okay. So I'm gonna clear that out, and then I'm gonna tear into this yogurt. Now, I will say, hashtag not sponsored, but would love to be. Tillamook, good stuff. Oh gosh. Okay, let's see what this is gonna taste like. I had to be careful not to like lick my finger because I almost licked my thumb that came off there, and it was about to be really bad. Okay, here we go. Ah. I don't know why this makes me nervous. Okay. Oh, that's weird. Oh. It's almost bitter. Not even like in a gross way. Like the initial, like when it really just hit my tongue for the first time, was still very much the flavor of the peach yogurt, right? But as it kind of sat there and went to the back of my tongue, it's definitely more of a lightly bitter taste that you don't get out of yogurt at all. That's cool. And the interesting thing is, I don't really like bitter flavors, but this actually is one of those bitter flavors that kind of works. I don't like. It's like when you get a fancy drink for those of you that drink alcohol, and they put just a little bit of bitters in there, and you get a little bit of that on the back of your tongue. That's sort of what this tastes like. Wow. All right. Cool. This is neat. This is just different. Okay, so now I'm gonna try these spicy pickles, or as they call them, sweet and sour pickles. I don't know. I guess, yeah. I'll just whatever. I'll just maybe I should use a fork for these. I don't know. No, because I'm gonna need that for the peaches. Here we go. We're gonna have one of these pickles, and I know they're spicy, so we'll see if this changes anything. Okay. So I don't know if it's because the pickles are already spicy, but this feels like it amplified the spice a little bit. And I'm not, and I can handle like mid-level spicy stuff. So this is like, while it's spicy and I can feel it, it's not like, it's not overly warm or game breaking. But as far as the pickle itself, I thought the vinegariness of the pickle would have had more of an effect, but it really doesn't. Weird. So far, the yogurt has had the biggest change. The other two sort of just amplified what they were, which is interesting because I was expecting something different, I guess. But this is kind of a neat experiment. Okay. Let me have a drink real quick. I'm trying not to swish around too much, so because I don't want to like get rid of the flavor that's there, and I may have to take another because I'm doing a lot of foods in a row, but we'll see. They didn't really mention anything, and it should be good for anywhere from 20 minutes to like 2 hours. All right, so here we have this is the ranch dressing that's in here. So we're gonna go back into the dairy categories and see if this changes. I feel gross just eating like straight ranch, and I put ranch or barbecue sauce on everything, by the way. But here we go. Ugh. Oh, this. Hmm. I don't even know how to describe this. Like, it doesn't. Like, this is regular, like, Hidden Valley Ranch, by the way. And ranch has, like, a really tart taste. But that doesn't exist right now. I don't know how else to tell you that. Like, there's just. I don't know. Like, I feel like I have no clue how to describe this to you. It's it's still reminiscent of ranch, but it's a touch sweet, I want to say. Almost like if somebody, man, let me have it. Let me try it again. Hold on a second. It's almost like if somebody would have made this ranch with like, oh, maybe some sweet like bread and butter pickles or something. Like it's like I said, it's still reminiscent of ranch, but not not ranchy. I don't know what to tell y'all. It's such a weird thing that it doesn't taste like what I know it's supposed to taste like. That's so strange. Like this is a fun food experiment, by the way. I like this type of stuff for sure. All right, we got three more things to go, and I don't want to drag this video out too long. So this is the sour cream, and this is the sour cream that just came in the tube. I've read like the popular Daisy, I think, is the company that makes it. So if anybody's wanting to replicate this, you at least know what brand we're using. Yeah. And I don't do a ton of sour cream. I mean, when we make tacos or fajitas or something, I'll have some, but generally I don't eat a lot. So this would be interesting to see what this tastes like. Also, that's the first time I've eaten straight sour cream. Um, whoa. This, hold on a second. It's weirdly sweet. I don't. I'm so confused. Like right now, my taste buds are confused. Like it's such a strange thing to know what something tastes like and like has the right texture. It's a high quality thing, and then you eat it, and you're like, this. My brain is telling me this is supposed to be this food, and it tastes different, and now my brain and my tongue are so confused. But it definitely sweetens it, and not in a bad way. I think it just changed the whole profile of it. So like if you have the miracle berry on your tongue, you wouldn't even want to put sour cream on whatever you'd normally put it on because it would change the flavor of the food probably. Whereas sour cream a lot of times enhances it, gives you a little bit of tartness for what it is, or even can like tone down the spiciness of something. I don't know if it would do that right now. I guess chemically it would still tone down the spiciness, but it would definitely change the flavor profile of your food. Wow, that one was the most surprising one so far, I think. Okay, we got two more to go. I'm gonna go and have this peach slice. And I'm going to break this into two pieces. So in the event I want to taste it again, I don't want to eat it all in one bite. And these are just generic peaches out of a can. We had some that we used for a recipe, made some pastries, and had a few left. So I just grabbed this. Oh no, that tastes nothing like a peach. That's almost salty. Yeah, that was weird. Like the right texture and everything, but it's almost a it almost tastes like a different fruit. I can't put my finger on it. Closer to a somewhere between like a strawberry and a pomegranate sort of. I don't know. I know that's a weird correlation, but that's the closest I've got. And like somebody may have sprinkled salt on them before you ate them. Like that's this okay, we have a new winner in the clubhouse for what tasted the most. So citrus for me has definitely been the most potent based on this test and the last one with the orange. Wow, that tastes so different. It's literally like another really sweet salted fruit. It doesn't taste like a citrus fruit at all, which makes sense because when we had the oranges tasted like strawberry, raspberry, or whatever, and didn't taste sour at all. Like I could have ate the whole orange without even like puckering my jaws at all. Like the tartness, and same thing here. Like no tartness at all, just sweet and salty, which is cool. Like, all right, yeah, it's totally worth it. Because you know I was genuinely worried that like this wouldn't necessarily have a big impact, but like the flavors definitely changed. Okay, and all we have left now is the shredded cheese, and I believe this was just regular like mild cheddar, so nothing too fancy, something everybody can pick up everywhere. It's gonna be a little gross because I gotta like dunk some cheese into my face. So if you pardon me for a second. Weird. Made it almost like bland cheese. and not and this cheese actually tastes pretty good. I've melted it on a lot of stuff, but it's yeah, it just made the profile more bland for me. And the thing is too, I'm sure for everybody, all these are going to taste different for you, but let me try that again just to be sure. I'm going to make sure I try to give all these like a couple of shots just so I know what I'm tasting. Okay, I will say this. Okay, now that I'm kind of examining it a little more, while it was oh, okay, wait. This is starting to taste similar to how the yogurt did, and which I guess dairy stuff, but it was a little bit bland, right? But then becomes just a hint of bitter and like literal like a dash like salt bay of salt, right? Like not even that much, just a touch, right? But yeah, it definitely doesn't taste like normal cheddar cheese anymore, which is interesting. I almost want to go back. Hold on. I'm gonna go back and test the yogurt one more time because that has me a little bit curious. Okay, interesting. And I was wondering this is what I was wondering. And then why I went back is I was thinking as I started tasting them, I felt like as we went along, they tasted a little more differently. And I think it was just like maybe it hadn't, the initial pill or tablet hadn't actually like caught up on my taste bud yet. And I feel like they were just starting to lock in a little bit, because now when I went back to the yogurt, it definitely tasted a bit more like closer to the cheese. It was a little bit more salty, a little bit more of that bitter flavor came out a little bit. Yeah, it definitely tastes a bit more different now. Almost to the point, and maybe that's the difference between the cheese and the yogurt, is that like it almost like covers the flavor profile, because there's like, it's like if I were to design, I would say around the edges, there's like a little bit of bitter, a little bit of sour, a little bit of salty, kind of all mixed in there. But yeah, this was actually pretty cool. So if y'all want to pick up the MBerries, again, they're on Amazon. If you want to grab them, they're 15, 16 bucks. There's a couple different brands. I'm using the MBerry. They're the ones who responded and were very kind in the comments. Thank you again for watching the video and asking and giving us tips on what to try. That was actually very cool. I also want to say I highly recommend these if you want to try out, have a fun, cheap experiment with your friends, your kids, whatever. I would not recommend, though, in our other video you should check out, a thing that was called Sugar Break. Was not very good and tasted absolutely awful. So stay away from that one. Get you some of these, but check out the video if you want to see me be miserable.